Hello, hello, my bro. Delor, how are you? Oh, good afternoon, Jay. How are you, bro? Morning team. Morning team. Morning, no. Afternoon team is getting ready. Jay, he's here. Yeah, bro. Delor, I'm fine, bro. Thanks, how are you? Bro, I'm very good too. But the thing is, in Portugal are 34 degrees, man. 34 today. It's very, very hot outside, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Freaky Friday, about to be crazy. Yes, sir. Freaky Friday. You always know how the Freaky Fridays has been, man. Jay, no. Guys, ask Jay how the last Fridays has been. Crazy Freaky Fridays. Crazy Freaky Fridays. Bro, yeah, man. That's not funny, the lore, bro. It's 34 degrees, bro. I always like take a little bit of sun in the morning, you know. And man, when I go outside, it's hot, man. Crazy. Yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. I just step out my house and bro, I almost like like scared me with like the hotness, bro. That's very hot. Come to Switzerland, 24. Oh, bro. Switzerland. Yeah, man. I have some friends in Switzerland too. Some friends, no, I have like two friends probably in Switzerland. Yeah. They really like to be there, you know. Like very safe city, very safe, very good weather, you know. I personally like more the cold than the hot, bro. But yeah, that's what we have here. 34 degrees, guys. 34, man. Crazy. I'm gonna show you guys I'm not lying, man. Look. I don't know if you can see. 33. Now. Damn. Now you have one more. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Hello, Sir Bits. How are you, bro? Ready to kill the markets today? Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday. Let's do it, guys. Yesterday was a killer. Yesterday we caught more than 60 pips. For the people that are holding, oh boy, you made a good money today, yesterday. I think Marta will on 130. Yeah, bro. Here we don't predict, you know, like he came and he analyzed the markets and we're gonna see. It's retesting now. Yeah, but that's a Freaky Friday. We never know what the market's gonna do, you know. So just waiting a little bit more. We just see the markets after 1:30 because the NY Open, we never trade the NY Open. And if you want to know why, you can watch the other streams, you know, and you can see why we don't trade the NY Open. Good evening, bro. Samita, how are you? Been good? Freaky Friday, Freaky Friday. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. We have new people today here. Yeah, bro. I'm very nice. I'm very nice. Very nice. Very nice. That's what I'm saying to Delor, bro. The only thing is the 34 degrees in Portugal, bro. I know too much. We could like men can go down and yeah. For sure, bro. Market has been dropping hard, and we're gonna have news too today. It's at 2:45. 2:45, yeah. 2:45. Let me know, guys. Are you new here? If you've been watching, let me know in the chat. If you're new, just present yourself. We are here to make a team, you know, like everyone for the same thing, make some money. You can always like, I am new, bro. Yeah, bro. I never see your face over here. That's why I'm saying, like, if you guys new, you can always say a hi, something. You can say which country are you from, you know. Tefsir. Well, that's a nice name, bro. Tefsir. Tefsir. You can always say your country, where are you watching from, because it's always nice to see where the people are, you know, watching us. It's like 1 year ago. Yeah, bro, how? That's completely normal.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Okay, couple more minutes left before our session starts. As you guys know, we don't take any trades for the first half an hour of the New York Open. That's why our streams usually do start a little bit later. Give me 1 second, please, guys. Okay. How are you, Nino? How are you, my brother?
Yeah, very nice, bro. And you?
Oh, good, thank you. How are you, Moss? Good afternoon, everyone else. Della, J, Sertag, Samita. Hopefully everyone is doing well. But again, guys, we do not take any sort of positions for the first half an hour. What's happening, Uber? Hopefully you're good as well. Good afternoon, Mohammed. But yeah, guys, you know, we've been on a very nice win streak, and I plan on ending the day today with another big win. Obviously, that's the target for us today. So, you know, it also requires you to be super patient if you do want to, you know, come up profitable today. You will have your NY open volatility, which should be coming in now, but you've got news coming in around 2:45. So until 2:45, we should have the NY open volatility, we should have the NYSE volatility, and then hopefully afterwards what we can do is we can start looking for something around the news as well. So, you know, we can extend our session today as well, okay?
Okay. A little bit more.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, lovely stuff. So let's get into the analysis, guys. Keeping it very simple once again. Let's go back to the monthly, right? We understand that this is technically the second last week, and so we've got the last week. Next week will essentially be the last week, right, before this monthly comes to a closure. So looking at just the structure now, what are we starting to retest? We are starting to retest something here, looking to the left, right? It's a major key level. But again, what we need to understand is that the monthly is actually quite bearish. It has given us a breakout. Going based on the previous monthly candle, we've seen a breakout here. And if we just go back to the weekly now, again, same thing applies, right? Even the weekly is super bearish. So a major key level for us will be this area here, which is the 1924 level, essentially the previous weekly lows, right? if we keep on respecting the previous weekly lows, then there is a very high chance your intraday will give you a sell-off. So even on the previous weekly lows area, what we can see is we can start to see some sort of support forming here. If we do see some sort of support forming here, then again, you know, you've got the 50% area on the weekly just creeping up there, which you can start targeting, right? This is where if we actually start to investigate the daily range, going based off the previous daily candle, we can see the previous daily 50% area is essentially here. So it aligns perfectly with the previous weekly lows. So the previous weekly lows are just down here as well. So this is a scenario which we trade many times, right? It's called the PD 50% rejection scenario. We actually have this on our playbook, PD 50% fake out, we call it. Either we get a PD 50% breakout or we get PD 50% rejection. There we go, it's right there. So now if we do start to get a rejection from up here, obviously as traders we need some sort of confirmations, and I think this is where the sweet spot will be a break past this area. I think we can really start taking it downtown, because majority of the times we know what gold does. Gold gives you that sort of liquidity play with the New York Open, and then half one gives you the actual move. You know, actually be prepared, bro, to take some sort of a sell position below this, because below this I think the sell position becomes valid. SLs will have to be up here, okay? They will have to be above the previous 30-minute highs, and sells below this are super valid in my opinion. 50% target, okay? So I am interested in this position over here on the breakout, because again, we've done our analysis for the week, we've done our analysis for the month, you know, just kind of sticking with the trend at this point. This is again the concept of gold grabbing the cheapest price possible from all the way up here, and now giving you that break below to start selling the markets, right? You've got plenty of range on the daily. Your daily highs are up there and daily lows are all the way down here. Yeah, this is essentially about how many pips altogether? 130 pips. And break of this, it makes plenty of sense for them to start selling the markets now, at least down to your daily low area. Your TP1 on this will again just be a nice clean spike below, where you want to make a risk free, maybe down here. Yeah, this spike here, you want to start making a risk free. This should be like your TP1 area. Looking to the left, you've got this support here, so this is essentially your TP1 area where you want to apply risk management. Oh, there it is. So TP1 area will be down here, by the way. This is where you want to make it risk free. You want to make it risk free around here. Again, why do you want to make it risk free? Again, wait for a 5 pip breakout below this. It hasn't given you a 5 pip breakout just yet, okay? Until then, it's just a retest, so wait for a 5 pip breakout below this, as I've mentioned. Until then, it's just a retest. Don't go based off my charts, go based on your own broker prices. 5 pips below this, it's a valid confirmation. Even if we go just based off the 4H now, look at this, right? Bro, I'm actually freezing. The AC is so cold in this room, it's insane. Yeah,
bro, I wish I have AC too, bro. It's 34 degrees. 34, bro, today in Portugal.
Oh, crazy, man. Even here in London is actually quite hot, but bro, I'm set right under the AC. That's the issue. So it's like blowing down. Literally, I'm right under the AC. That's the issue. How are you doing, bro? Doing good. But yeah, guys, let's give this trade a go. As soon as it breaks the lows, I'm interested in taking a sell position here. So let's give this a go as soon as it breaks the lows. Are you in, guys? What are criteria for entries? Please someone tell me in the Zoom chat or even in the YouTube chat. What's the criteria for us to enter the markets? Tell me. If I said we are looking for a breakout below this, what is the criteria? You know, you guys have been watching us for nearly a month now. What is it that we look for? If we want to take a breakout here, What is it that we look for? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Let me know in the YouTube chat. Criteria is enter the opposite of Donwell. Oh my lord. We wait for a 5 pip breakout below. Thank you, Bear. Thank you so much. Have we seen a 5 pip breakout below this? Have we seen any? No?
Nope.
There we go. So yes, this is what we are interested in once it gives you a 5 pip breakout. Otherwise, this is just a retest. That's all we are seeing, a retest. Bro, I'm going to tell them about the AC because it's too cold to turn it down just a little bit. But yeah, we'll wait for this to set up, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, it's a bit tricky. I think we'll look for some sort of a topside play from up there somewhere. But yeah, essentially going to wait for this to set up to the downside. I'll be right back. 2 minutes, okay?
Okay. AKB. But if you see the things, bro, at the right way, man, it kind of makes sense. Because, imagine that you do the opposite, always the opposite. You close your losses very early and let your winners go to 100 pips, So it kind of makes sense, bro. If you, think about it, bro. It kind of makes sense, man. It kind of makes sense, man. Because you close your losses very early and you let your winners go to 100 pips, 70 pips, 80 pips, Yeah, bro, you are closing like 10 pip losses and 100 pip TPs. So it kind of makes sense, It really makes sense, bro. Actually, I think Raja trades like that way, He tries to close the losses very, very early, like to lose less, and let the winners go, So I think it's kind of like that, It's kind of like that. Bro, we don't gonna secure 10-20 pips, bro. We're gonna secure the whole move, bro. Because it makes sense at the end of the day, man. Makes perfect sense. Let's see if today we're gonna have a Freaky Friday move. To end the week on a perfect way. take the trade, take your money, enjoy the weekend, you know.
He's going to swear it out for me now. Lovely job. Yeah, man, that guy, I saw his stream. He took another crazy loss, did he not? The other day, I think he lost about 20 grand, and then after that he lost about 30 grand on top of it. But it's funny how like the losses are taken during the stream, but off stream he does recover. So it's like, does he have an algorithm that he's using? That's my thing, right? But yeah, guys, this trade here, in my opinion, is still valid. It really is valid. We just need to obviously let it activate. As soon as this activates, I'm very interested in taking this downtown, looking at the 4H. Essentially what we are trading at that point is we're trading the 4H 50% retest. Which area is the 4H 50% retest? It's all the way down here. All the way down here. So it will be pretty much that sort of wick fill scenario on this 4H candle, right? We essentially just need this here to start rejecting and start giving us that dump. And another thing which can take place is obviously this can sort of close like a breather candle. Breather candle meaning that it leaves a massive upper wick to the top side. Still ends up closing as a bullish candle, but it leaves a massive upper wick. Next one opens, breaks the lows, and gives us a clean drop for the rest of the day. So again, I am looking for the sell position. A big fan of it, but it kind of needs to, you know, set up. Otherwise, looking to the left, as we can see, plenty of room to the top side as well. It really just depends now whichever setup shows up, right? So far, gold is in a massive bearish trend. We can see that looking to the left as well. You've got this area here which does cause that sort of rejection. It causes massive rejections from down here, right? But yeah, there you go. Anything below this, I'm actually very interested in taking a sell position. 50% area will be your target. And there we go. I think it's setting up now. And this becomes basically a pullback now for them to start selling in the markets again. And if the numbers are negative later, they can start taking it back up potentially. Let's see. Even looking at your daily, you don't have any sort of confirmation to actually look for a reversal. Any sort of buy positions at the moment, you will be going against this massive bearish trend. We essentially need this 4H to become our rejection candle. So if we can see some sort of a closure below the 50% area, if we do see our closure below the 50% area, then obviously we are coming down for the lows, right? Being the current 4H lows, which is essentially going to be a TP1 area. You want to start securing your positions here, you know, apply some sort of risk management. Our entries just down here. As we know, 5 pips below this, we will get activated. SO's up there. Risk management should be applied, and from there, just let the rest run. And let me tell you guys about Freaky Friday. It just moves one way. It gives you such a massive move. And it's always a one-sided play with Freaky Fridays. Always. Even looking at the 1H now, if the next 1H opens, this is a key level for our entry. Because look, this area here will start to hold as your resistance area once again, right? So keep that in your mind. Looking to the left as well, we do have this major imbalance up here which can be filled, but in order for us to look for a topside play, I think, you know, 4H confirmation is needed. It really is needed. So if this 4H gives us a nice engulfing bullish closure and next one starts to pump, then yeah, fair enough, we can look for a topside play in the markets. Until then, you've got this resistance area here to deal with, and guess what, this area can become a clean fake out area for us, and then this sell position can set up, which again I'm interested in. Entry, as you guys can see, not activated. We will look for a breakout 5 pips below this area here. This is where I would consider this a valid breakout once it drops about 5 pips. Again, use your own broker prices, not the trading view prices. Looking at Forex Factory, we've got news coming in around 2:45 p.m. So with news, there will be a lot of volatility that kicks into the markets, right? So keep that in your mind, guys. There will be a lot of volatility that comes with news. Going to the 4H, once again, it's super bullish. It gave you a 50% retest, but this candle has a job to do, right? It's doing its job now by giving you a retest of this key level, which is the previous weekly lows being violated, basically just down here, right? This is your previous weekly lows. So this is the breakout level, right? So if this is a breakout level, what they need to do is they need to bring the price back up, and they need to give you that second retest just to, you know, see if the breakout is valid. If the breakout is not valid, then this becomes a fake out. So if this becomes a fake out, then guess what? Gold can start spiking all the way back up again, and we can start aiming for the 50% on the weekly. The weekly 50% is all the way up here, guys. Let me show you. There we go. Your weekly 50% area is all the way up here, which can become your target on the weekly range, right? And if it is a Freaky Friday move, then most likely it will be a very one-sided play in the markets.
The waiting game.
It's just a waiting game, yeah. 34.35 being that key level. Okay, so that's your previous weekly 50% area, right? The current weekly 50% area. So again, what you need to understand is that either weekly will start to give you a pullback, which is again very healthy for the markets. Markets do need to give you a pullback, then the pullback level is just up here. So you can see this getting retested, which is 1934. But in order for us to even consider something to the top side, we obviously need a confirmation up here, right? Which is essentially this resistance area. So this entry here now becomes invalid. I would not be looking for the sell positions here anymore. Because again, this is exactly why we do not take a breakout below this if it has not broken more than 5 pips. That's exactly why we stay out of the markets for the first half an hour as well. It's super bookie moves, and now the next 30 minutes essentially giving us the next play in the markets, right? Very nice. Let's see what happens. If we get this trade setting up from up there, it aligns perfectly with the intraday range as well, because you got to understand the daily gives you about 200 pips altogether. So near this level here, it will start to average out about 200 pips. Look to the left, look to the left, look to the left. Look at this, right? It starts to average out about 200 pips around this area here. So this is where we can start looking for those rejections, and if we do see some sort of a resistance being established up here, that's when your sell position makes a lot of sense. Honestly, it makes a lot of sense. Again, guys, it's a Friday. You know, 80 to 90% of the traders, they don't usually trade Fridays because it's one of those days where like it's near the end of it is the end of the week for us traders, right? You know, you want to protect your capital. You know, if you've had a bad week, as an example, you don't want to try and recover your money. You know, if you've had a decent week, you just don't want to, you know, risk any of your profits. So it's one of those days where a lot of the traders, they actually don't take any sort of trades. So, you know, keep that in your mind and be very sensible with your risk management today. You don't need to risk it all today. Just keep your risk very minimum. But at this point, gold is pumping up once again. Looking at the intraday, is pumping up once again, is forming a new high. You guys know I'm not interested in buying the highs or selling the lows, because when you buy the highs or sell the lows, do you guys want to see what happens? Should I show them? You know. Okay, we're gonna do a little case study, right? Because we are waiting for our confirmations, right? Just a little case study. Just a little case study. Let me tell you guys why I don't like to buy the highs or sell the lows. I'll show you guys exactly why. I'm not a big fan of it. Give me a moment. Let me pull it up on the other screen and I'll show you. This is what happens when you start to do that. This is what happens to your trading accounts. Look, again, we need to understand, right? There is an average range on gold. And so if you have averaged out your range on gold and you're trying to still sell the lows, it's the most, okay, I'll give you guys an example, right? I'll give you guys an example. Okay, so which day did we take that pump on gold? It was, what day was it? Was it Tuesday when we caught that pump on gold, wasn't it? Let me see.
Let me see.
Okay, guys, as an example now, I'll give you guys an example. Look, we're gonna use this guy here as a case study, right? Because obviously he's one of the top guys in the YouTube space. Again, I don't mean to like hate on him or anything like that. I just want to sort of show you guys why we don't sell the lows and why we don't buy the highs, right? Just it's just an example. If it works for him, it works for him. So look, on this day, if you guys remember, we were looking for a buy position, right? We were actually buying gold on this day, and these guys were selling gold. So this is where we were literally buying gold and they were selling gold, right? And so this is what happens, guys. On gold is a super volatile pair, right? If you sell the lows and you become part of the liquidity, this is what happens to you. That's a 100 pip SL on his account. So he took a 20 grand loss, which was essentially another 100 pip SL, but I think he came out, and then second big trade he took was another 100 pip SL getting hit on the YouTube live stream. So guys, the thing is, right, they have intraday stop losses and they have scalping take profits, right? So this is just a case study. I want to show you guys why we don't sell the lows on the daily range and why we don't buy the highs on the daily range. That's all it is. It's just for education, right? The stream here is for education as well. It's not financial advice. So that's why, look, I don't mind staying out of this. I can let this play out. Once it's given me the 200 pips, however many pips it wants to push up or push down, once it's done that, I'll wait for a pullback and I'll start buying it once I understand that there is plenty of range to the top side. Or I'll just wait for a rejection up here and I'll start selling it. I don't need to buy the highs. I don't need to sell the lows, because again, what happens when you sell the lows? You become liquidity. Look, the minute you execute your orders and it goes against you, there's nothing you can do. Oof, that's crazy, man. 30 lots. And then those SLs are crazy big as well, man. Look at this. That's what happens. Like, it takes 2 seconds for gold to go into it takes 2 seconds for you to go into a massive drawdown because of how volatile gold is. So again, the only reason we are on a win streak is because we are super patient, guys. We understand the daily range, we understand how gold moves in a daily range, and that's where you need to be super disciplined. You need to wait for your setups, and once they do show up, you just execute on it. It becomes very systematic, right? We've got plenty of scenarios here, plenty of scenarios, and we can execute on these scenarios. We just need to wait for them to set up. Again, let me ask you guys some questions. You know, you guys have been following us for nearly a month now. How many pips does daily candle averages are every single day? So how many pips does the daily candle move every single day? Can you guys please answer that in the comments for me in the YouTube live chat? 200. Thank you, Yube. On average, exactly. And how many pips has this candle here moved all together now? Look at this. Can you guys answer that for me? It's almost moved about 200 pips, right? So would it be a sensible thing to buy gold now? Exactly. Everyone's saying 200. Thank you. That's it. And guys, so would it be sensible for us to buy gold now? No, right? So look, I'll do a poll. Tell me, what would the most sensible scenario be? I will do a poll here on the YouTube. We'll sort of turn this into educational stream as well. So I'll do a quick poll here. I'll give you guys 3 scenarios which we can trade, and you guys tell me which scenario is the most sensible thing we need to trade, or we can trade as traders, right? Okay, so scenario number 1 will be, well, we look for a buy position essentially, and we buy the daily highs. That's scenario number 1, right? So we'll do a little poll over here on the YouTube live stream. I'm creating the poll right now for you guys, okay? Wait, it would not be poll, it would be votes. Yeah, start a Q&A. No, I think there should be one for voting as well, right? No, yeah, that is the poll. Okay, we'll just do the poll. Okay, poll number 1 will be scenario number 1 being buy the highs. Actually, no, it shouldn't be like this. It should let me create something else, right? Q&A, or is it just one question I can ask? Okay, you know what? I can do a little Q&A here, guys. I'll do question 1. I'll give you guys 3 options, right? 3 scenarios. So we can all wait for the same scenario together. I'm creating the Q&A right now on the YouTube live stream. So if you guys actually go on it, you guys can answer. So scenario 1, buy the highs now. And then you've got scenario 2, wait for a pullback, then buy. And then you've got the scenario 3, which is see how it reacts at the 50%, at the daily 50%, and sell if the confer is sell with sell. Look, I've done a little Q&A now. Let me know what you guys think. Did it post? I've asked you guys 3 questions, right? Tell me. Wait, it's not letting me. Oh, it's just one. There you go. I've done a little Q&A, guys. Look, I've given you 3 scenarios, right? So this can be very educational. If you guys go on the YouTube live chat, I've given you guys 3 scenarios, right? Which scenario do you think is the most sensible scenario we should trade today, or we can trade today? So go onto the YouTube live chat. I've given you guys 3 different scenarios which we can trade potentially on gold today, and tell me which scenario is the most sensible scenario to trade. So again, I've given you guys key information. So information that you should know is that daily averages are about 200 pips every single day. I've also given you a case study of what happens if you sell the daily lows. Again, guys, this is just a case study. I'm not really here hating, right? It's just a case study. This is what happens when you sell the daily lows. As you guys can see, we are using this streamer here. We are using this streamer here as a case study. The streamer here had sold gold at the daily lows, right? And gold was averaging on this day about this was a 200 pip daily range, by the way. So he sold the lows when gold had dropped about 200 pips, and then he became part of the liquidity, and his 100 pip SL got hit. And on this day we were actually buying gold near this area. If you guys remember, it's all on the YouTube live streams, right? It's all on the YouTube live streams. So okay, the most sensible scenario which we can trade, let's see. You mean weekly 50%, bro? Let's see. Okay. Out of all the languages you could have spoken, you chose to speak facts. Don's SO is ridiculous. Appreciate it, bro. You mean weekly 50%, bro? No, the daily 50%, bro. The daily 50% is down here. The weekly 50% will be above the daily 50%. So our sell positions will not be valid until we actually see our rejection past the daily 50% area, or a rejection on the 4H, right? So if the next 4H opens and makes the 50% of this 4H invalid, then we can start looking for that wick fill area. Until then, your sell positions are invalid. People are saying 33333, so everyone is essentially saying we are looking for a sell position. Well, guys, yes, that is a decent scenario, but again, even the scenario number 2 is super valid. Now for us to, okay, let me give you guys an example, right? The only time we can execute on scenario number 3 is, okay, again, let's just establish the daily range. First of all, we have established fact number 1, that gold has moved about 200 pips now. So we've got news coming in, which is later, right? Before news kicks in, we've got the new 4H coming up, and we know that the new 4H is a super volatile open, and it usually gives you a one-sided play. So let's establish the daily highs quickly. Let's mark out the daily highs over here. We know that it's moved about 190 pips. And now let's also establish the 50% area. Bro, I'm new here, I can't understand the 50% story. That's just part of our strategy. You know, you would need to just keep showing up every day, and you'll start to pick up on some of the things we use during our analysis. You know, it's just part of our strategy. Unless you want to join my private team, then we can go over my strategy. You will get everything that you need. If you just want to use the YouTube live streams, just give it a little bit. But again, you can do your due diligence, you can go back to the old live streams, you can study my old live streams and see how we trade, right? It's really up to you how much work you can put in. But anyway, the 50% area on the intraday is actually all the way here. Again, it's a game of probabilities, right? Within these ranges, we sort of like try and find the highest probability trade that we can take. So it's just a range that we are trading, and I think it's about to even go past that 200 pip mark now on the daily, right? Which is better for us. Now this is where you've got the 4H double top scenario showing up. 4H double top, let me show you guys. Now, how does 4H double top form? So essentially what it will do is, with the open, because it's so spiky, that's why we don't take anything for the first 5 minutes. It will give you just a very aggressive play to the top side, and essentially it will start to give you a rejection from the top side being, again, this breakout area, right? The whole point behind this is that this is a fake out, this is not a breakout. So if this is a fake out, maybe we might even get like a massive engulfing bullish closure above this area in the first 15 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes essentially starts to give you our break below the lows, and that's a clean valid sell position, because again, we're trading within these ranges and we know we've exceeded the daily highs at this point, right? Again, the only time I would really start becoming bullish on the intraday is if we actually see a decent breakout past the previous daily highs. Until then, guys, we are super bearish. Again, you know, going based off our technicals, we understand we can see this area here getting retested, which is again that 50% area on the weekly range, right? This is your pullback area on the weekly. That's exactly what happened on the monthly as well. Remember when you guys saw that sell position setting up all the way from the monthly 50%, and gold just sort of sold off. I think it was somewhere around here, wasn't it? Yeah, it was this position here. It was around the monthly 50% area. Yeah, this one here. This was your monthly 50% area, and then gold just started to sell off. So essentially you're getting the same thing now, but this is just on the weekly range, right? This is your weekly range. So the weekly 50% area will be one of our major confluences, and now what we need to do is we need to start aligning the confluences with the technical confirmations, right? So the technical confirmation will be a nice rejection, a nice bearish closure, some sort of a break below the closure candle, because the closure candle will essentially give you that sort of resistance, right? Or even if it doesn't close as a resistance candle, like a breather candle, I've seen something like this play out so many times. It closes as a breather candle, next one breaks the lows, and then it just starts to dump. It turns into a Titanic, right? So again, we do need some confirmations. Going based off the 4H candle, the one that's open at the moment, it has given you that spike up. The first 5 minutes, as I've mentioned many times, the spike up as well as the spike down is not valid, because you know, as soon as they give you these like volatile opens, because the order flow is so high, like the price just goes all over the place, right? Because of the order flow. But as soon as the order flow starts to kind of like settle down, they will then start to give you the actual move, which could now be to the downside, right? So which move can we trade now? Well, what we can look for now is either, if we do see that resistance forming up here, and if it's a valid confirmation, then we can trade the 4H 50% retest, right? That's a very nice scenario which we can trade, which will be to the downside. Let me just mark out the range once again. And the 4H lows are all the way down here. Okay, this is scenario number one, which we can most definitely look for at the moment, because it is forming that 4H double top. 4H double top being one of our confluences, we know it will most likely give you some sort of a retest of the 4H 50%. In order for it to create that sort of sustainable price action, it needs to give you a retest down here. So again, that's our confluence number two. We understand how gold reacts, how gold trades. So we've got two confluences, and the third confluence is that gold has given you a 200 pip range. So now that we have three confluences, we sort of just need a confirmation. So what kind of confirmation can we look for? Well, we have some confirmation candles here. We've got the 15-minute breather candle, don't we? Yeah, there you go. So we have the 15-minute breather candle break. So we need a 15-minute breather candle. It means that for the first 15 minutes, we need to technically stay out of the markets, and then the last 15 minutes, we're essentially looking for a break below the breather candle and looking for that sell-off. If it looks decent, I will take it. Otherwise, I will most likely stay out of it and wait for New York Stock Exchange open. Let me know if you guys have any questions for me. I will be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, guys, it's all about patience. That's the name of the game. You have to wait for your turn. At the moment, it's not our turn. It might be someone else's turn. You know, everyone's got different way of trading the markets. People who maybe are scalping the 1 minute time frame, or maybe are scalping the 5 minute time frame, it's their turn at the moment, if they are consistent, obviously. Otherwise, our turn will show up when our confirmations show up. So, you know, you need to just wait for your turn. That's how I see trading now. I see it as it's whenever it's my turn, I'll sort of like take my positions without any sort of hesitation. But until it's actually my turn, I'll just stay out of the markets. I'll keep myself humble, and you know, I would just wait for my turn to show up, because I understand what this business is about. It's really about just like waiting for your setup to show up, because again, you know, the keyword setup, right? Emphasis on the word setup. These are all of our setups. These are high probability setups. So if I was to just take something now which is not in my playbook, I'm going against my trading plan, because my trading plan says only take the trades which are in your playbook, because you have back tested them, you have collected data on all of these setups, and you know that these setups play out, you know, majority of the times. Again, there is no certainty in the markets, but again, they play out majority of the times. So until I actually like something that I'm comfortable with, I would just stay out of the markets. That's what makes me super profitable, and that's what gives us that's what gives us that edge in the markets, right? The willpower to sort of just say no, I do not want to execute on every single opportunity markets are throwing my way. I will just take what I know works, which I've seen in the past working for me, right? And if you can do that in the markets, guys, you can again become super profitable. Look, the daily range is actually getting bigger now. It's becoming much bigger at this point. You know, it's about 200 plus pips. You have this major level just lurking up here. If they want to give you a retest up there, it's just lurking up here. So let's see what they do. It will just be a waiting game at this point. Again, the scenario which we are interested in will essentially be the 4H 50% retest. So try and understand the 4H range. The previous 4H 50% area is all the way down here, right? So let me show you guys, if we just sort of measure out this range, right? Let me just put on the fib on this, right? So we don't actually use the Fibonacci's. I just use them to look at the, what's it called, the 50%, the tops and the highs. That's all it is, guys. Otherwise, I do not use Fibonacci's. So if we look at the fib on this now, just to look at the 50% area, the lows and the highs, that's all I look at. Otherwise, I don't use the Fibonacci's. It's not something that I use in my strategy, you know, to enter the markets. It's just the ranges. I'm just marking out the ranges. That's all it is, because I understand we're playing a game of the game of probabilities, right? And within these probabilities, what we have are ranges, what we have are session timings, what we have are candlesticks, and this is where you need to start understanding how candlesticks move. You know, after certain, if it starts to break past certain levels, then it starts to drop. If it starts to respect certain levels, it will push back up. So you know, there's many things we look at as traders, right? And that's all I use fibs for. They're not used for one of my, you know, they're not one of my confirmations. It's just to measure these ranges. So 23.05, right? Okay, so what we need to understand now is this is one of our scenarios in the playbook, which is the 4H 50% retest. Let me show you guys 4H 50% retest. Well, this is one scenario, and then another scenario which we have is the 4H 50% rejection. Okay, breakout. So look, we've got two 4H 50% to deal with, right? Not just one. We've got the 4H here, which is essentially we just opened 9 minutes ago, and we've got this 4H candle here. So think about it, right? This 4H candle can give us the confirmation to enter the market, and this 4H candle can give us the TP levels. So what is it that we need to wait for? And we understand we've got three confluences, right? Look, number one confluence, Well, first of all, look at the structure. Your daily is bearish, your weekly is bearish, your monthly is bearish, right? Nothing has actually given you our intraday closure that's suggesting gold is, bullish now. Whereas on the intraday we are super bullish, but again on the intraday we have moved more than 200 pips. Unless there are some sort of fundamentals, gold will only give you a 200 pip push at average, right? So now we understand, okay, cool, it's given us a 200 pip push, so it means most likely it's averaged out its daily range. So if it has given you that sort of daily move now, what can we look for? Well, this is where you start to kind of like understand that if this 4H candle gives you a rejection past that 50% area, most likely because it wants to come down for the wick fill area. So this is where your wick fill area is. So now if it starts to go past the wick fill area, guess what? The 50% area is just lurking down here. So this is a clean scenario to the downside, but the only way we can trade this scenario is if it sets up, right? At the moment, we don't have any positions here that we can take. Any trades taken yet? No trades. No trades yet. We're still waiting for our trades to show up. Like the stream, guys, guys and ladies. Appreciate them, Melly. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And yeah, guys, drop a like. If we can hit more than 50 likes today, that would just make my day. That would be the weekend done for us. But yeah, there we go. It's just a waiting game now. You guys understand, everyone understands what we are looking for. We're not looking for any impulsive plays. Again, we have done the case study on what happens when you look for those impulsive plays, when you're trying to buy gold when it has exceeded its intraday pip count limit. So we do not want to have any sort of FOMO. We understand the session timings as well. In the next 19 minutes, we've pretty much got the New York Stock Exchange open coming up, which is a super volatile open. This gold, this 4H candle is literally, it just opened 11 minutes ago. What did I mention earlier? If this 15-minute close is a breather candle, next one breaks the lows, guess what? It's a valid entry. It is an impulsive entry, don't get me wrong, but we have confluences, guys. Confluence number one being daily has moved more than 200 pips. Confluence number two being the structure, like literally, like the structure is bearish as it gets, right? We haven't seen even one intraday closure that's bullish, right? Confluence number three is our playbook. Our experience is the confluence number three. We understand that if this candle here starts to reject, next one breaks the lows, there is a very high chance that this area here will get retested. But again, we need the confirmations now, right? See, we have confluences, now we just need the confirmations. How are you so chill and patient? Well, look, I've been trading for many years now, and at the start of my journey, I was not chill and as patient. I was actually very impulsive. I would be all over the place. I would not be looking at the price in a systematic way. I would be all over the place. When I say that, guys, believe me, I would be on the 1 minute time frame. I would be on the 5 minute time frame. If I would see a red candle, I would start selling gold. If I would see a green candle, I would start buying gold. So I was all over the place. But that's way, because I have a lot of experience in the markets, I understand now the only way to be successful in this game is by making your trading very systematic and by having as much control as you can. You need as much control as possible, right? So the only way you can have control is by following a plan, by making it very systematic. So this is where, look, we've got so many scenarios in our playbook. We track everything every single day. We know exactly what we are looking for in terms of our setups. So we know what confirmations we're looking for. We have risk management here. We have scaling plans here. So this is basically professional way of trading, right? We understand our odds. Let's say if I have in a month we average out about 20 trades. Let's say if I'm risking £500 every single trade, I understand with the sort of win rate that we have for the past 2 weeks, we've been averaging out about 100% win rate. But realistically, let's say even if we average out about 80 to 85% win rate, even with £500 risk, we take minimum of 1-to-1 R2Rs. We're averaging out about 7,000 to 6,000 pounds every month. If you start to go back to the funded accounts, which is, let's say, $3,000 per trade now is our risk, you're averaging out about $40,000 to $36,000 by the end of the month, right? So it's very relative, right? How much money you will make, it depends on how much risk you can take. But the thing is, right, the stats don't change when it comes to our strategy. Well, yes, the profits will fluctuate. It depends how much risk you can take, but the stats don't fluctuate, do they? They really don't fluctuate. The stats, they stay the same because we're taking the same trades. It's just the risk management settings are manipulated on different accounts. That's all we're changing, right? So when we understand that this is what works for us, we just stick to it, right? If that makes sense. 15-minute time frame closure below 1931, sell looks decent. No, man, not yet. This is you trying to go against the intraday momentum, which is super dangerous, right? Look, sometimes you need to understand, if this day I say gold is on steroids. When gold is on steroids, it will just pump in one direction, because what it's doing now is essentially forming a trend on the intraday, right? Why is it forming a trend on the intraday? Maybe because it wants to come up and it wants to retest a major level which holds a lot of orders, because it's a game of orders, right? If they want to take the price up now, where can they do some sort of profit taking? Well, the profit taking levels are up here. If they start to exceed this level, then your profit taking levels are all the way up there, because you do have some sort of an imbalance up there, right? So that's all gold is doing right now. Gold, they're taking the price up to this key level where they can start taking some orders off. They can start releasing some pressure. If they start releasing some pressure up here, and we start to see now the momentum switching on the intraday, if the momentum switches and we start to see the bearish momentum kicking in, and now the bearish pressure taking control, that's where we'll start to sell the markets. But at the moment, it's heavy bullish pressure in the markets, and yeah, this is where you just have to stay out of the markets. No FOMO whatsoever, guys. No FOMO whatsoever, because again, we've done a case study of what happens if you start selling the highs when it's moved more than 200 pips, or you start selling the lows when it's dropped more than 200 pips, right? It's not something sensible to do. These days you have to stay out of the markets. Again, as I said, unless you want to stay out of the markets, you want to look for something on the minute time frame, on the 5-minute time frame, but this brings a lot of stress. But anyway, going back to that question where someone said, how are you so patient? And what was the question? Let me just check again. So someone asked me, how are you so chill and patient? Well, again, going back to it, right? At the start of my journey, guys, trust me, believe me when I say this, I was not patient. I was the worst person to actually trade the markets. I blew so much money. I blew so many accounts. Like, trust me, guys, a lot of money at the start of my journey, right? But this is where, when you sort of like are very persistent, that's the thing about me, right? I never gave up. I was very persistent. I was dedicated. I was like, no matter what, I will make this happen. It's like a do or die sort of situation, there was no shortcuts. I was like, I will make it happen no matter what. I never had a mentor. The only thing I used was the YouTube videos, just to like educate myself on the basics of like how the candlesticks move, and then some of the other stuff I used. But I was always my own sort of like mentor, right? So my mentor was always the market. So I kind of like came up the hardest way you could come up as a trader, right? So look, at the end of the day, look, try put yourself in my shoes, right? So imagine every single day waking up, not taking a single day off, and you're blowing money every single day. And I wasn't ever trading on a demo account. From day one, I went live, guys. From day one, the day I found out about trading, I was trading with live capital. I was trading with pounds and pennies at the start, and then it turned into hundreds and then thousands, and then you know how this cycle goes, guys. You put the money in, you lose the money, you then again put more money in, then you keep on losing until you actually have that sort of conversation with yourself that something needs to change. And then this is where you start to understand what trading really is about. It's not about becoming a millionaire overnight, which I used to think it was. When you sort of just see yourself making so much money in a day that you could have never imagined that you can make this amount of money in a single day, and all you've done is press a button, it kind of does something to your head, right? You have the overconfidence takes over, and then this is where you've got the luck. It's called the beginner luck, right? You're making money, you're making a lot of money, and then boom, markets humble you. So when I got humbled, guys, I was taking losses for at least 2 to 3 years, I'll be so honest with you guys. And then after you get to like a stage where the losses start to the losses are still there, but you also start to win, right? So it starts to become like break even, but you're still losing in the long run because you're paying commissions. And then it gets to like a point where now you're starting to win and you're starting to lose less, but on the day that you lose so much that all of your wins get wiped out. Literally, that's the point I was at for such a long time. I couldn't control my losses, guys. I would win, and then my losses would just wipe out like monthly profits or even weekly profit. It depends, right? And then I got to a point where I made my trading super systematic. And then this is where the R2Rs are super important. I cannot stress this enough, guys. You know, that's the thing with these streamers. They're giving you guys some false information here. R2Rs are super important. No matter what, if you risk £3,000, you need to make £1,000 by the end of the day, guys. For us, trust me, we don't secure our R2Rs in the first trade. That's why we average out about 2 trades with our private members, right? On the stream, we average out about 1 trade, right? But by the end of the day, we are positive in terms of our R2Rs. And so imagine now aligning this kind of R2R with a high win rate, guys. This is where the magic happens now. But when we take a loss, it does not go past $3,000. Not even $10 past $3,000. So this is where now you need to be super disciplined, right? You have a system in place, and now my trading is stress-free, guys. It's so stress-free. I cannot stress that enough. My trading is so stress-free because it's super systematic. So you need to get to like a point where you can make your trading so systematic that it just becomes super stress-free. It doesn't put that psychological pressure on you anymore. And yeah, that's where you kind of start making a lot of money with this business. And trust me, like, it's not about getting the best education. It's not about finding the right mentor or blah 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 blah. That's not how you become successful in trading. I'll be so honest with you, right? I can BS you guys and be like, come pay me money and I'll make you profitable. You're not gonna become profitable even if you pay me money, blah blah blah, unless you're ready to actually make your trading systematic. That's why I always say, look, if you guys want to join my team, make sure you guys are actually ready to do this full time, right? You're serious about this, because if you enter my team and you're not serious about this and you're all over the place, you're still gambling, it will affect me as well. That's why I'm very hesitant on who I let into my team, right? Because that's my inner circle. But you gotta understand, once you join my team, you will get access to everything that I'm using to personally make money in the markets every single day, right? And the only thing that I do is I keep my trading very systematic. So again, what makes your trading systematic? You need to have a risk management plan. You need to understand, okay, cool. First of all, you need to know how many trades are you going to take in a month. Well, I know myself personally, I will take 20 trades in a month. So I need to know the outcomes as well. This is something basic we use. We've got much more that we use. So look, it shows you I will take 20 trades in a month. And so again, I understand what my win rate is. For the past 2 weeks, we've been averaging out about 100% strike rate. But at average, my win rate is about 80% plus, right? So let's say, cool, I know I need to take 20 trades in a month and I'm averaging out about a minimum of 1-to-1 R2R. I know my risk every single day is about 3 grand. It depends which account I'm trading. Well, then guess what? By the end of the month, I will be up around 42 grand. That's how much I can expect, right? Going based off 85% win rate. If it's 70 to 75% win rate, then I'm expecting about 30 grand profits. So see, this here now gives me my risk management plans. Then I have a scaling plan. Then guess what? We make it systematic now by introducing our scenarios. We have all the scenarios here. They've all been tracked here. You guys can see this. All of the private members also get access to this. They get access to the risk management sheets. We do all of that for you. And this is where now we also do our daily tracking, guys. All the confirmations which we need are here. All the playbook scenarios are here. Not all of them, some of them are here. So see how it makes it super systematic. Do you guys see now what systematic trading really is? This is how you make your trading systematic as a retail trader. And then, you know, we've got other devices in place to make our life 10 times easier, which is the risk management devices, right? I've got copy traders, social trader tools I use to connect all of my accounts. I've got magic keys, which we use to manage our risk. So you see how combining all of this is what brings you profitability. But I got to this point after 5 years of trading, guys. Like, I didn't get to this point overnight. There wasn't someone, you know, who told me like, dear, you've got to do this, you've got to do that to become profitable. Guys, it's because I blew so much money in the markets. I got to a point where I was like, something needs to change. And so that's where I started to, you know, tweak some things. You know, I've been tweaking things for the past year, so many years, guys. You gotta understand, right? And I'm finally at this point now where, again, I say all thanks to the Lord, you know, for giving me the power to stay consistent, for giving me the power to stay persistent, dedicated, and I just never gave up. And I'm at that point now where, guys, We're doing all of this on the YouTube live stream, and this is all a numbers games. Like, this is all, the numbers are in front of your eyes. If you can get funded with us, I've helped so many people get funded. You get funded with a 300k account, you're risking 1% every day. 1% is $3,000 on a $300,000 account. And if you're averaging out even a 70% win rate, as long as you're positive in terms of your R2Rs, you're making this much profit every single day. But that's why it kind of like, you know, sort of like that's the thing, right, guys? Case studies are very important. When you start to follow something like this, 4k win, 4k win, 4k win, 20k loss, and then boom, 30k loss. This is a negative R2R. This is not going to take you anywhere. You will blow your money. The guy has more than $700,000 in his trading account, which again, did he make it all with trading? I don't know. Did he have a big fat deposit before he made all this profit? I don't know. Where did the deposit come from? There's so many questions that you need to ask, right? But if someone can show you how to make money through funding companies, then you know where the deposit came from. The deposit came from funding companies. So please don't believe the live accounts, which again, can be manipulated. Many things can be manipulated, but understand, like, again, I'm not here to hate. I just want you guys to not lose your money. 20 grand loss, 32 grand loss, profits 4k, 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 4k. So understand, guys, it's a dangerous game that you're playing if you follow these other streamers. Understand what trading really is about. What average percent gain do you make in a month? Man, it really depends on the account size. It depends on the risk management. It really depends. It really depends on, if we're risking like 1%, we can also even make upwards of how much, you know, if we're risking like 1% a day?
Around plus 10-50%.
Yeah, so 15% almost, if we're risking about 1% per trade, that is, right? And we only take one trade a day, by the way. Around 15% we can do.
Because it always depends if one people let the trades play out or other people doesn't let the trades play out. It depends.
No, but let's say if it's just very systematic, you know, you let the trades play out, you don't have any emotions involved.
Okay, yeah, probably around 15-20.
Yeah, 15 to 20% is what we can do with 1% risk. So again, it depends on the risk. If the risk is high, then you can make more money or more percentage. If the risk is low, you make less, right? It depends. It depends on the risk appetite, guys. That's why, again, as I said, look, everyone needs to have their own risk management plan, their own scaling plan, because risk is very relative, risk appetite is very relative, so the gains are also very relative, right? It depends on your account size. Like, if I do 100% on a 10 grand account in a month, doesn't mean I can do 100% on a 300k account. It's very relative, guys. It's very relative, because it's a psychological game. Like, if you're dealing with £10,000 loss every day compared to £100 loss, is two complete different things, right? It's not the same thing. Is 10,000 compared to 100 is big difference. There's a big difference there, so it's very relative. So we've got news coming in soon as well. Got the NYSE open coming up. At the moment, guys, there is nothing that we can take. We're just waiting for our scenarios to show up. I am not interested in buying gold because it has pumped up so much, and I'm also not interested in selling gold at the moment because I do not have any confirmations. Again, we've got a big news event coming up. Not an event, we've got numbers coming up. So as soon as this drops, we will have a lot of volatility coming into the markets. We will be here till at least 4 p.m. so we've got plenty of time, so there's no need to rush into anything. Hi Daniel, I just want to thank you for the knowledge and information you're spreading. Mashallah, you are my new God. God bless you. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. And guys, I want you to understand, right? We're all same. Like, I'm nobody special. I'm not like smarter than you. It's just I understand what works in the markets, right? And trust me, guys, like how much can someone make in the UK, like at average? I don't know, like 40 grand, 50 grand, 60, 70, 80, let's say. You're paying so much back with the amount of tax you will pay. You're paying 20% tax, and then I think once it starts to exceed 40 plus, then you're paying even more than 20% tax. So you need to understand, right? You can sort of make the same amount of money if you get funded. Understand how much money you can make if you get funded as a trader. Look, again, everyone knows about these funding companies, right? Let me pull it up. And like, you can join their discords, you can go on YouTube. Like, people are making money from these like funding companies. I've made money from these funding companies. My students have made money from these funding companies. So this is a big opportunity here, right? Because it's a digital era now. It's a different age, guys. Like, trading's not what it used to be back then. Back then you would need to call the broker. It would take them 2 days to just fill your order in. Like, the orders will get filled in 2 days. It's different now. It's instant, right? So think about it. You get like a 300k account, and you're risking like 1% again a day. You're doing these kind of profits in a month. The amount of money someone's gonna make in a year, you're making it in a month. Money's just a number, guys, and you can make so much money from trading. And you got to understand, there are trillions and trillions of dollars being traded in the markets every single day. So when I say these numbers here are realistic, this is nothing. If you make this much in a month, you are nothing. When it comes to the markets, you are not even the tiny bit of what's it called, volume when it comes to the orders, right? You're nothing, right? There are trillions of dollars being traded in the markets. This should be the biggest motivation that you need, that there are trillions of dollars being traded every single day, and you can take crumbs out of the market, out of those trillions, and the crumbs are going to be millions, right? But it's all about consistency, right? For me, I'll be so honest with you guys, I have no FOMO whatsoever. I'm so relaxed because I know my trades are just not here. This is not my setup. Does it make me a bad trader? No, it makes me a good trader, that I can actually stay out of this, even though it's pumping. I don't have any sort of FOMO. I'm staying out of it because it's not something I'm interested in, because gold has moved more than 200 pips. It's not something I trade, so I would not take it. Let it push million pips, I don't care. It's not anything that I am interested in. That's what trading is about, right? But yeah, there you go. It's still pumping. We don't have anything, so we will basically just wait for it to form something for us, and then we'll take it as soon as it does. And take over for 2 minutes, bro. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay, bro. Okay. So, guys, did you understand everything? Yeah, just waiting, 90% waiting, 10% execution. Because if you don't see what you want to see, it doesn't make sense, to execute something just to execute, We are dealing with money, and we want to make money, protect our capital. So you just need to wait. And then when it shows up, we need to execute with no scared, no hesitation. Exactly. When it shows up. Yeah, that's a simple thing, It's very hard at the start. I know that. Imagine me at the start staying out 90% of the times. 90% of the time. And execute 10%. That's impossible. What do you think news will do? Bro, I don't know, Ben. I don't really know. Just, yeah, bro. We don't think, We just see the numbers and see all the news. All the news are, Because I don't want to build a bio, We sometimes do that little game that is the $1 million bet, But just for fun, People say okay, guys, if you have $1 million, you're gonna buy or sell the news, and people start saying that buy or sell, But that's just a joke. Just a little thing that we have. So, for the news, guys, if you have $1 million, you're gonna buy or you're gonna sell? Let me know in the chat. Personally, I think I'm gonna sell it. What did you guys think? Buy or sell? Let me know. If you have $1 million to bet on this, it's just a joke, guys, but yeah, let's do it and let's see if you have some millionaires today here on the chat. Let's see. And also, guys, let's see if we can get to the 50 likes. That's gonna be the sweet, amazing end of the week. You know? Damn, everyone is selling. Oh boy. Looks like I'm gonna change opinions and I'm gonna start buying because 90% are selling. No, I'm gonna keep my word. Let's see. Let's see if we are selling the news. If you're gonna make $1 million today. Let's see. Let's see. 2:45, like 10 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes for the news. Let's see how many millionaires we're gonna have here on the chat today. Let's see. You just have three guys. Two answers, guys. Let me know. Buy or sell. If you have $1 million to bet. Let me know. Also, guys, by the live streams, are you understanding our strategy?
Oh, New York Stock Exchange open, giving us a reversal from the top side. That monthly level getting retested, and gold giving us some sort of a reversal. Ooh. But yeah, again, we've got news coming in the next 15 minutes, so it's not really worth taking anything until the news kicks in. Sell. Everyone is saying sell. Oh, are we doing the $1 million bet?
$1 million bet.
The $1 million bet. So what? Everyone is selling today. Bro, what do you think news will do? I don't know, bro. I don't know what news will do, guys. I don't know. It depends on the numbers. Once the numbers do drop, then from there we'll take it. We'll see what news can do for us, but at the moment I don't know what news will do. If the numbers are negative, it can pump. If the numbers are positive, it can dump. It really depends. Even sometimes when the numbers are positive, it can dump and then start pumping. That's not something I can really predict. The only thing I can do as a trader is let the news drop and then try to align the technicals with the fundamentals. That's all we can do as traders, guys. So yeah, we'll be just waiting. We're millionaires. Yeah, if the sell position works out, you guys are going to become millionaires. Or if majority are selling, I shall buy. Okay, my $1 million bet is negative numbers then. How about that? But to be honest with you, because they have that major imbalance up here, if they want to actually drop the price for the rest of the month, it makes sense for them to actually just give you that one last leg up and then start dropping it back down. It really just depends, right? That's something we cannot anticipate. You know, at the moment, anything that I say will just be predictions, and you guys know that as a trader, if you make predictions, that's the silliest thing you can do because it will get you in trouble. So never predict anything in the markets. You can anticipate certain scenarios, but you need to wait for those confirmations before you take a trade based on that scenario. So again, let's understand what this 4H is doing. Is giving us a pullback. It has retested that major monthly level which we wanted to see gold retesting. Has it broken past the daily highs? No, it hasn't. It's sort of like a liquidity pump. You know, this is not considered a breakout. It's just a retest, guys. Again, wicks will be different. It depends on brokers, right? But this is not a breakout. I just considered this a retest rather than a breakout. Again, the current 4H now. If the numbers are super positive from here, and let's say we start to see a break past this area, most likely we will see gold selling off down to this 4H 50% area. So you will see at least a drop of 50 pips below the lows here. But what can we do? Well, we first of all need to see what the numbers are, and then from there we can start aligning the numbers with the technicals. Well, now we understand most likely from up here we will see gold starting to reject. And if it does reject and it aligns with our fundamentals, then let's start selling the market. It's very simple. We just need to wait for the numbers to drop now. We have not taken any trades so far. It's a Friday. We've had nothing but insane winners throughout the whole week. So is there any need for us to take anything today? Not really, but if something shows up, I do see the potential on the intraday, because look how much the daily has moved altogether. So the potential most definitely is there, guys. 250 pips, man. Even if you catch like 50% of this, like how many pips are we talking? Look, the 50% of this, you're talking around 100 plus pips. Yeah, 125 pips, right? Around 120 pips we can capitalize on if gold starts to reject from up here. So yeah, patience will most definitely pay us today, but again, have to wait. We're not the market makers. Actually, Nuno, you are the market maker, bro. Press the button. Press the button. Let's start selling the markets, man. So
No,
guys,
bro, I just asked him too much times this week, you know.
oh yeah, you have a limit. He says you can only ask me once or twice. Sorry
exactly.
guys, the limit has been exceeded for the market maker button.
Today we need to wait.
We can't press the red button no more. So guys, if you had $1 million to bet on this, what would you do? Would you sell the markets before the news drops, or would you buy the markets if you had $1 million bet on this? Nuno, the market maker. Let us know in the chat. If you had $1 million to bet right now before the news drops, would you buy the markets or would you sell the markets? Let me know in the chat. Let's see. So if it goes your way, basically you have made another $1 million. If it goes against you, you've lost $1 million. What would you do if you had $1 million right now to bet on it? Well, you could make more than $1 million because of the RTR. Okay, people are saying sell. Okay, sell.
Everyone is selling, man.
Everyone is selling today. Everyone is selling today. Okay. Yeah, the technicals are there for the sell position. They are setting up, but again, we need to align the technicals with the fundamentals. Once we can do that's when the opportunity will be there for us to capitalize on. At the moment, most likely gold will open and drop, but it depends on the numbers once again, right? I can't really predict, guys. Predictions are what gets you into trouble. Predictions are what gets you into trouble. So let's see what happens. We've got a couple more minutes left before news drops. Essentially 3 more minutes left. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left before news drops, and then we will see what happens in the markets. Either it drops or it pumps. We have an imbalance to the top side as well, so most likely it can pump as well. There is also a major imbalance to the downside, so we've got room to the top side as well as to the downside. We sort of just need to wait, and that's all it is.
Sell. I think today is the right day to change my opinion.
Yeah?
I think I'm gonna buy.
You're gonna buy it today?
I think yes.
Everyone is selling, so you're going to start buying. I mean, wait, what are they doing, the other streamers? Let's do the opposite. Oh man. So guys, everyone watching us today, have you guys been keeping up with our streams? Is anyone here new to our stream? Who's been the OG now? Who's been watching us for like a month at least? Who's the OG? Let me know in the chat. Who's the OG? There we go. Numbers are about to drop. Be patient, but I'm an OG, bruv. Yes. I know you are, my bro. I know. Been here 3 weeks now, I think. That's it. Everyone's an OG. That's what I like to hear. By the way, for the OGs, I've got a giveaway coming up. All the new people as well, I've got a giveaway coming up. You just guys got to stay active on the streams. Drop a like as well. Show some love. And yeah, guys, we got to get to the top spot here. It's got to be a combined effort here. You guys know we're actual legit traders. We're not here for the marketing purposes. So we need to get to the top spot. It's ours, guys. It's ours. Few weeks for me. Okay. Dia seen me crying because of the charts. I know, bro. I was there for you when you were crying. Trust me. It's part of the game. Don't worry about it. It's part of the game. I've done that many times, man. Many times. I understand how it goes. But yeah, that's exactly why I've made everything so systematic, because I was sick of just crying, man. Like literally, losses were too much. I couldn't handle them. because they were not normal losses, right? These were crazy losses. I've swapped from Donwo's stream. Hey, that's what we like to hear, man. That's what we like to hear. Hey, look, at the end of the day, you need to understand, right? How can you become rich from trading? By following someone that's trading small capital, small life capital, or by trading someone, no, by following someone who can grow small life capital, or by following someone who can help you get funded, right? That's the only two ways you can get rich through trading. How can you get rich through trading if you're following someone who's trading a six-figure plus account? That's a live account. They haven't grown the account from, £100, £1,000. I've done that. I've taken £1,000 to £10,000. Is all documented, right? So I've done these kind of things. So yeah, it makes sense for you to follow me because I can help you for sure. 1 more minute left now, guys. Let's focus. Let's see what they do. 1 more minute left at this point. In the next 20 seconds, let's see what the numbers are. Either they will give you a really massive pump or they will give you a really nice clean drop for the rest of the day. And whatever happens will most see is the negative numbers most likely, or this is a liquidity play in the markets for them to start dropping the price again. Let's mark out the 4H range quickly. Maybe impulsive entries could take place. The 4H 50% area is just down here. So let's see what they start to do around this 4H 50% area, because if they do give you some sort of a closure below this now after giving you this massive liquidity play, they are starting to respect this key level. From here it can start to drop down to the next 50% area. Okay, let's just let this settle down a little bit. Ooh, you've got the lows down here as well. See, the issue is, right, I would be interested in an impulsive entry here if the numbers are positive. Let's see what the numbers are. It's negative numbers and we have relatively positive numbers, so they are mixed numbers. So I think I would let the price settle down just a little bit more, wait for the first 15 minutes. If the 15-minute gives me a decent closure below the 4H 50% area, then on the breakout here I will start selling the markets. So we sort of need a closure below this area, so it's just again a waiting game because the numbers are mixed. At this point gold has given you more than 200 pips. The whole range is around, I think, 260 pips if I'm not wrong. Let me just measure again. It's around 260 pips, I think. Yeah, 260, 270 pips. So it's a massive range on the daily, right? So even if we start selling the markets and just aim for the 50% of this daily range, it's more than 100 pips. So we sort of just need to wait for this to set up. Do you have a summary video of your strategy? No, I do not have a video of my strategy. My strategy is all over. There's so much that goes into my strategy, man. I can sum it up in a video, but I don't have any sort of videos yet. But in the playbook, everything is there when it comes to our strategy. Is all there, the setups, everything. So we have a playbook. We don't have a video, but we have the playbook. Everything is tracked here, you guys can see. But yeah, this is, I can't give this out on the YouTube live stream because this is exclusive for our private members. So yeah. Okay, so let's just let this set up and hopefully in the next 15 minutes, let's look for that drop on gold. Because the numbers are mixed, you sort of do want to wait, let this just settle down a little bit. And then from there, we can start taking it down if it sets up nicely. I'll give it at least like a couple more minutes. Bro, by the way, I need to quickly run upstairs because I've got some guests coming in. I need to put them on the guest list. Please take over for the next 5 minutes. We're going to wait for this to give us a closure anywhere below this.
Okay.
So
okay.
we have plenty of time. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. So, hey there. You're saying that you're swiping from Donvo's stream, like, do you have some bad experience? Because guys, you need to understand one thing. Like, how was your birthday? Bro, I don't really have a birthday now, bro. I just with the family, you know. Just my mother and my brothers, like, in home, a little dinner, you know. But probably this weekend I can do something, you know, but on the week, you know. No, bro. At the week, I don't do that kind of stuff, and it's very rare. I party, you know. I almost never party, bro. It's very rare. I like more to like chill, you know, do some chill lunch, you know, drink some wine, nice girl, you know, bro. I don't really like to go to clubs, like, you know. We party with pips, yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, bro, and yeah, at the week, bro, I will not do that because it's gonna affect me, like in trading, you know. If you go out, yeah, bro, it's not gonna play out, you know, at the week, bro. So I just do it very, very rarely, you know. Like NDA knows, bro. I think since I was with him, you know, like with it in a team. I think I just go out like 2, 3 times, man. You know, like, and sometimes it's like some friend birthday, you know. But in my birthday, I really like to be with my family, you know. My mother, you know, my brothers. Nice little dinner, you know. Yeah, that's it. We need always to value our family, you know. Yeah, it was a nice birthday, you know. And you, bro? How you have been? I'm bro Kisar. Party with pips. Let's see, guys. Let's see what we can catch. Prices settle down a little bit more now. Yeah. We're gonna have the new hourly open in the next 8 minutes. So just need to wait and wait for our setup. So guys, one thing, we are 46 people, I think. We are 40 people here watching. Let's bring the likes to 40 or even 50. Because it's going to be the best ending way of the week, you know. 50 likes will be amazing. Really appreciate if you guys give a like on the stream to help us like growing, you know. The algorithm gonna push us up, you know. Yeah, really appreciate it if you guys give a like on the stream. So waiting game now. 7 minutes left. Gonna have the new hourly open. Yeah, bro. That's the main thing, man. In these markets, if you don't have patience, market will hit the counter live, you know. Hit the counter live. That's crazy. And I know that very well. Because back in the days, man, I was nothing patient.
Oh, we still don't have the confirmation yet. What's happening, gold? Are you going to give us something today? We've been good. We've stayed out the whole day. Give us something. Man, my nails are so small. I can't even open this. You have to use my... But yeah, okay. So, yeah, to be honest with you, if it doesn't give us our confirmation, I'm not going to force a trade. You know, I would never do that. Guys, I'm too old for this. You know, that's how I see it now. You know, like at the start of your journey, you're a baby, and then you know when you're a couple years into this, you're just like, I'm just too old for this. You know, it just doesn't phase me. If it hasn't given me a confirmation, I will just stay out of it. I'm too old for this. That's just how I see it. You know, you have your baby age, which is like the first year, or and then you start to become like a toddler, like, you know, your second year, and then from there you start to become a teenager, your third year, and then like your fourth year, you're like in your late 20s now. You know, you've got experience, you know what you're doing, and then fifth year is essentially like your early 30s, and you know, people with like 10-20 years of experience are like in their late 50s or 60s. That's how I see it, you know, as trading. So I'm like in my I would say early 30s right now in terms of trading, right? So I'm too old for this, man. I'm too old for this. Hey bro, that's a good rule, is it not? No one has ever said that before. Came up with it on the spot. But again, look, let's see what's happening here. This is literally again giving you a bullish closure. Question for everyone: would you sell? Not sell. Would you buy the markets now? If not, why not? Let me give you my reasonings. I understand if I buy gold when it's moved more than 200 pips, there is a very high chance that I will become part of the liquidity. And so again, we understand the concept of gold grabbing the cheapest price possible to either start pumping or dumping. So if they are grabbing the cheapest price possible with the news kicking in, if they want to drop the markets, then it will essentially drop from somewhere around here, right? So let me ask you guys, everyone else watching, would you guys sell the markets or buy the markets? Would you do anything or would you stay out of it? Going based off your own strategies, let me know in the chat. I'm still waiting, guys. We'll give it like another half an hour, let something set up. Otherwise, it might just be a no trade day over here. It's a Friday, you know, I'm not going to force anything. Amir said, so, oh, would you sell the markets now or are you still waiting for it? Friday, 3 p.m. after 250 push, staying out. Okay, lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. Makes sense. Because markets can kind of go dead now as well. That's so realistic for something like that to take place. Markets can go dead. That's of course a possibility. Wait, so Amir, are you selling the markets now or you're waiting for a sell position? Ideally waiting for a closure below the weekly 50% for a possible sell. Yes sir. We're basically waiting for something similar, because then you'll have three confluences, right? Again, bearish structure, intraday highs being violated, grabbing liquidity, grabbing the cheapest price possible. You've got three major confluences here that gold can start to sell off, and if we can get the new hourly sort of giving us this breakout here, yeah, you know, let's look for the sell positions below the 30-minute lows here. SLs will go above the highs. 50% target on this, okay? In the next 2 minutes, if it starts to break below this, let's start selling gold 5 pips below. And yeah, it's a game of probabilities. We are starting to see a break below the 50% area of the current 4H. What would the TP number 1 be when we do execute on something like this? Looking to the left, I think you want to start making it risk-free as soon as this area here to the left starts to get tapped. So I think would be interested in making it risk-free. So sell position on the break of the lows. SLs will have to go above the highs. Risk management should be applied near this area. You want to make it risk-free, TP1. Again, we give out multiple TPs for a reason. Risk-free, This is where you want to make it risk free now. With the next candle, if it's an open and break, it's a valid position, make it risk free around this level here. Breakout below this, everyone understands what we look for. So let's see. Good luck guys if you do take this. But again, as EKB said, it's super late. Gold has moved about more than 200 pips and it's a Friday, so there is a possibility of gold consolidating. So if you do want to stay out of this, you know, that's a very sensible thing to do as well. Yeah. You know, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 more minute left. And then from there, let's just break the lows. Let's take it down. 4H 50% retest is the scenario. Break of this, guys. It makes sense. In the next minute, if it starts to break below, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Freaky Friday. There it is. Oh, it's open. 5 pip breakout. Take it, everyone. If it breaks 5 pips below and make it risk free as soon as this area here gets tapped. Make it risk free, but 5 pips below, take it and make it risk free down here. This is your risk free area here now. They've given you the cheapest price possible to potentially start selling gold now. If they start to give you a breakout here, look, they've given you a rejection from the key level of ours, resistance being established. And now at this point, we need to see a retest of the 4H 50% area. Oh, there it is. Make it risk free now. Make it risk free. Let the rest run. That's Friday for you. Make it risk free. Let the rest run. We don't take losses over here. That's the TP1 area getting hit now. Make it risk free. Let the rest run. That's what I like to see. Waiting, execution, and boom. Let's enjoy some profits, guys. Let's go. Drop a W in the chat, guys. Drop a like in the stream. Let's go. What did I tell you guys? It's gonna dump. Oof, baby, TP1 hit. Let's go. Make it risk free, secure your profits. It's a Friday. I've done my job. Another profitable trade given out to every single person here. Minimum drawdown once again. And how many pips did you guys just catch? Good 19 pips right there. Bingo. That's Friday session day for you guys. Drop some W's in the chat. Make it risk free, secure your profits. Plus 19 pips here. There we go. What did I tell you guys? Drop a like on the stream as well, guys. Let's go. We've been waiting for it the whole day. It showed up, gave you guys the confluences, gave you guys the confirmations, gave you guys the execution, gave you guys the risk-free area, and gave you guys the TP area. And now if you're still holding this, well, guess what? Let it run. Plenty of room to the downside. Oof. So nice, man. So nice. Very nice session.
50% target.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Very nice session here. Oh boy. Let's go. We've been waiting for this. We have been waiting for this. Let's see what they can do here now. We have been waiting for this. Shouldn't TP1 be one? Okay, guys, again, we do not secure our one-to-ones within one trade. As I mentioned earlier, we average out about 2 trades. By the end of the day, the outcome of our trading is one-to-one R2R. We do not secure one-to-one R2R within one trade. We secure one-to-one R2R by the end of the day. let me show you guys what I mean once the trade is done here. My private members are still in this trade, so let us just focus here. Then I will go over how we secure our one-to-one R2Rs. Okay, but yeah, guys, do make it risk free and let the rest run. So look, at the end of the day, right, what is R2R? Let's first of all educate everyone here on what R2R is. R2R means for the day you have R, and you have initial risk for the day, right? As an example, we'll use Donvo as an example, right? Because everyone knows Donvo. His initial risk for the day was $30,000, right? So in order for him to achieve one-to-one R2R, by the end of the day, his outcome should be $30,000 in profit. He doesn't have to make $30,000 within one trade, as long as by the end of the trading day, his outcome was plus $30,000. So again, that's how we trade over here. we do not secure one-to-one R2Rs within one single trade, but by the end of the day, as long as our loss limit does not get hit, we keep on taking trades. That's where our second trade comes in, but we have a strategy behind it. So our first trade will maybe give us 50% of the one-to-one, and then the second position will give us the rest of the 50%. Because our loss limit has not been hit, by the end of the day, the outcome is still positive R to R. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Let me know. So again, yes, we do not secure one-to-one R to Rs within one trade, but as soon as we're done here on the YouTube live stream, we will be taking an extra trade with our private members. Does that make sense to you now? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense to you. That's how we secure our one-to-one R2Rs. So again, imagine if we have secured the one-to-one R2Rs, we're risking 30,000, we've made 30,000. Now we can even take more trades, and you never know, we might end up getting a 1-to-2 R2R by the end of the day. Let me know if this makes sense to you guys. Let me know. But yeah, there you go. Profitable session once again. The winning streak stays on. We're not taking L's over here, guys. Makes sense, but if you secure 0.5, wait, hold up, man. I need to read your chat from the YouTube because let me show you guys what happens on OBS. Basically, it kind of like blocks out the screen over here for me. If you secure 0.5%, actually, let me just see what you said. Makes sense, but if you secure 0.5% on trade 1, then trade 2 hits stop loss, or minus 0.5%? No. Okay, look, let me give you an example. As long as my loss limit for the day does not get hit, I can take million trades if I like. Does that make sense? So on the second trade, I'm putting on the initial risk that I have for the day, and I'm also adding my buffer to it. So it means I get more risk for the day. It means I need to catch less pips on my second trade. Does that make sense? By the my loss limit will never exceed $30,000 for the day. That's my trading plan. That's what my trading plan says. It would never exceed $30,000 for the day. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. So as long as this here is not exceeded, I'm still on for the day, right? That's how the game goes. Let me know if that makes sense to you. So again, the game is about having a positive R to R. It means if you're risking 1%, you should make at least 1% by the end of the day, because you're risking 1% for the day. We're not risking 1% per trade. We're risking 1% per day, right? If we were risking 1% per trade, that would be a different story. We risk 1% per day. Let me know if you guys understand now how it works. So 0.5% per trade with risk. Wait, what? I don't think you understand the concept. Okay, let me try and explain it a little bit better. No, you still don't understand the concept. That's the thing. Look, as an example, I have 1% risk for the day, right? So if this gets hit, it means I cannot take any more trades. Okay, that's my risk for the day, as an example. If 1% is my risk for the day, okay? If this gets hit, I cannot take any more trades. I have to be disciplined as a trader because my loss limit for the day has been hit. But if I have not hit my loss limit for the day, even if I take million trades within a day, and it takes million trades for me to hit my 1% for the day, by the end of the day, because this did not get hit first, and this got hit first, the outcome of my trading was positive R to R. Does that make sense? I understand what I meant is you are not putting the whole 1% in the first trade. No, we are putting the whole 1% in the first trade. We're risking the 1% in the first trade, but we know 80 to 90% of the times our one-to-ones get hit. So this is where now, if we just, even before letting our one-to-one get hit, we just secure half of the one-to-one. So it means now I'm up 1.5% for the day. No, I'm not at 1.5% up for the day. It means I'm up 0.5% for the day. Let me annotate this again to make it easier. So example, I have 1% loss limit for the day. First trade, I'm risking 1%, right? I will secure 0.5% on it, okay? Just secure 0.5% on it. So now guess what? What's my new loss limit for the day? Now my new loss limit for the day is 1.5%. And how much do I need to secure? 0.5% on my second trade. So now I'm risking 1.5% to secure 0.5%. So it means I can risk 60 pips to make 20 pips. And the outcome of the day will still be positive R to R. Those streamers will not teach you this because they don't do this for a living. Does that make sense now? This is how professional trading is done. The R2Rs are not based on a single trade. These are based on a single day for us. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Maybe that's opened your head to something else. Yeah, we need that 4H to kind of like drop now. Everything is super bearish. Yeah, super bearish. Got that closure. Yeah, got plenty of range. Kind of just need to wait for it to do its thing now, really. Just let it do its thing. But yeah, guys, that's the trade there done. Any more questions, guys, or should we call it a session here? It was a very nice Friday session. The trade kind of gave you the TP very instantly. And at this point, there's no point here waiting and looking for another entry. Guys, thank you so much for joining once again. Drop a like on the stream. Again, guys, no losses taken this whole week. Insane win rate this whole week, guys. Really appreciate everyone here. Guys, make sure you join us next week. We've got so much coming up, so many gems. We will teach you how to actually do this for a living. Make sure you guys are in our Discord chat. The link is in the description. Make sure you follow us on our socials. Guys, again, thank you so much for joining. Oh, trade one was not 10 pips, apologies. It was actually 19 pips. I think that was my bad. 19 pips. Guys, let's spam some W's in the chat. I'm going to make a quick Insta video and then we will be calling it a session here on the YouTube live stream. Everyone have a blessed weekend and we'll catch up with you guys next week. Again, just one quick trade to secure some profits, and from next week we'll be back once again. So guys, let's drop some W's in the chat. Let's spam some W's in the chat. Oh, look at this just dropping, man. It's gonna drop. It's got so much room to the downside. Honestly, it's got so much room to the downside. Let's see what they do though, because they've given you the 50% retest now. At this point, they've got so much room to the downside. Honestly, guys, you will see gold just dumping now because everything is there now. The retest is there, everything is there. Let's see how much more they actually drop here. It'll be interesting to see. Very interesting to see. But yeah, I think headshot. I didn't hear back from headshot. Headshot, does it make sense now? Or deadshot, not headshot, my bad. I don't know if he's left, but deadshot, let me know if it makes sense now. How we secure our 1-to-1 R2Rs by the end of the day. Let me know. Let me know. How much percentage do you book at TP1? For us, we secure 50%, as I said. 50% of the TP level. Again, guys, it's not something I can just tell you on the stream. You guys will need to join the team and we can provide you with the tools and the education. But yeah, it takes time to learn these things, right? It's not as easy as it seems. Let's see how much it drops, and just one quick drop here. Come on, gold. One more drop. You've got the next, what's it called, 2 minutes coming up, and that's going to give you the half an hour dump for the first 1500 candle, and that's where you would sort of just kind of like, thank you, Daniel. It's not Daniel, by the way, guys, it's Danial.
And it's not Nunu. That's League of Legends.
But yeah, guys, anyway, have a blessed weekend. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys.